All right, well, this big old dead tree won't mind if I pull up a chair on it there and have a good talk with you guys. Well, now's a good time to get out in the woods and start scouting around for different things. And somebody's going to say, well, Rich, you just had snow on the ground the other day. And I did. Yesterday I had snow flying around through the neighborhood. Sure did. Had a little light dusting. It's all gone away, as you can see. But the honeysuckle has started to come in, and things are starting to grow. Other things are starting to happen along the forest floor and the edges of the woods here. Now's a good time if you want to start learning about the cycles of the plants that you're with. So whether it be with medicinal plants or edible wild plants, getting out now before the plants are actually growing and looking over the areas, finding out, pick a spot that you want to study and see what comes in on that spot. Now's a good time to do that. Instead of walking through the forest looking to see what's there, now you need to learn what's going to come in certain areas. So find a shaded area, find a wooded area, find a prairie area. Find these different areas that you can, and just section off a little piece in your mind, okay? You know, oh, this big dead tree here, I think I'm going to go 5 feet down and 5 feet over. Just that little section, I'm going to see what comes in right there. Those kind of things. Doesn't have to be anything huge that you're going to pay attention to everything, because you can't. But if you find that small section and you get down there and you say, well, what's growing out of that 5 foot by 5 foot or 10 foot by 10 foot or whatever size you're going to use in that area. We're just going to use this wooded area right here today. I'm right on the edge of the woods, actually. So I could say, well, in this area I've got this big dead tree here. Now, what kind of tree is this? What's going to grow on this tree, if anything? Is this tree used? Is it hollow? Is something living in this tree? Are bees still in this tree? Does this tree have anything edible on it still, or useful for me? What about the honeysuckle that's coming in next to the dead tree? These different things like this that you could use that are coming in that are possibilities of being useful to you later on. What uses do you have for this stuff in this area? Well, I'm looking down here. I've got the honeysuckle. I've got the big dead tree. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is. I've got the big dead tree. I'm looking around. I've got lots of smaller branches that are useful for fire making. Small dry stuff. Well, I could take this bark and I could tear this bark off, and what's underneath this bark? What's in this bark? What's underneath this tree? What's around this tree? If I dig under this tree, what's underneath it? Is there anything inside it? Okay. What's going to grow on this? What's going to grow right here around it, and use the decaying tree as nutrients, and what other plants are going to come up? Now is where I want to watch this area to find out what's going to grow, what's going to come in. And then I can start finding out through the seasons of the year what's happening. Maybe I'd want to clear off an area and see if there's any tracks that come through. What kind of animals are? Is a mouse living in this tree? Is a deer jumping over this tree back and forth every night? Is raccoons living in part of this tree up at the other end? Maybe there's birds' nests up there I don't know about, still in the tree. So, I mean, there's many different things you can learn just from a small area. You don't have to study the entire woods, you know, those kind of things. So this is my suggestion to you, to get out there and start, just get a small section, 5 foot by 5 foot. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be monstrous, but find a section in the tree line. Find a section on the edge of the tree line, which is a whole other avenue. Find a section in a clearing. Maybe there's a grass area by you. Maybe there's a pond edge near you. All these different areas, different animals, different plants, different things grow, different things live and, you know, go through their cycles, all in those areas. So just a little tip for you today, something I thought I'd throw together for you, and I hope this becomes useful. All right. Well, my view from the tree line. All right. I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.